Hello fellow humans, and I want to talk about the symbol for power creep and the reason why premium tanks won't be nerfed, and that is the Type 59. Now it's in the shop right now for 5.5k, mind you, this 5.5k does not have any credits or premium in it, which means it is a worse deal than a WoTB T34 or even KV5 for 5.5k. Also the times 5 are locked to the vehicle, which makes them bad. So essentially you get the tank and you get equipment and you get a camo, but camos to me have zero value. That's not a great price. Now I'll do the full shop view on Friday, but what I can already say is these times 5 are free. This is good. Now this is one of the oldest premiums in Blitz, and let's talk about power creep a bit with the object 274A, which is a very recent tank and which isn't really that great either given its 185 standard penetration, but what you can see right here, it's got better DPM, it's got slightly better penetration, it's got better alpha damage, it's got better aim times, and it's even very same mobility, and that's what power creep is really all about. It's not the big jumps, but it's tiny increments like this one, where a tank just progressively falls down the line by the virtue of simply new tanks being added to the game, which is also what happened to the object on 40, and it also got nerfed into the ground, but anyway. So, with this vehicle, you got 280 alpha damage, no penetration, 241 on the premium is fine, however, other than that, it's not really great. 0.35 accuracy is horrible, especially for a vehicle like this, given that something like a T44-100, which has the same alpha damage, has 0.31 accuracy. It is above average mobility, which is not too bad, so it does have a bit of a saving grace there, but for 5.5k in that bundle, I would not buy it. Now, why are premium tanks not getting nerfed? And I think that has something to do with the wargaming being completely burnt in World of Tanks PC over this vehicle. So it doesn't have anything to do with Blitz, but it happened in World of Tanks PC a long time ago, before most of you were born. So, at that point, what happened is basically the Type 59 was OP. Like, insanely crazy OP for World of Tanks PC standards back then. And then nerfed it. And then a lot of people complain, oh, they want their money back, they want a refund, all those kind of things. And it kind of really blew up in wargaming's face, because obviously you paid for something, so you now don't want to give a piece of it back. Like, for example, if you buy a new iPhone, and Apple would certainly come and be like, hey, we have to cut the top half of your phone off, which isn't unlikely these days, but you're gonna be mad. And the same is true for the Type 59, which is why they now made basically collector tanks as an excuse of, hey, you buy this with the ability of it being nerfed, so shut up, basically. And it worked pretty well because collectors sell just as well for the most part. And now, let's see, even though they haven't really made use of it, the Smasher is still the Smasher. So that's not that. Now, this vehicle is still a very capable tank. I'm #1 NA in this vehicle, and I did that like a year ago. So, it is still somewhat capable. I mean, I'm not anymore because it only counts people above 5k battles, but whatever. So, it is a tank that can certainly do really well, even in the hands of an idiot like me. And the problem with it, though, is that there are better options. Which is the case for a lot of things, because here's the thing. When you have this many tanks in Blitz, not all of them are gonna be good or even worth it, because if you get a tech tree tank that can do better for free, there's not really much point. Especially with the Type 59, where the biggest problem is, first of all, the ammo count is a bit low, which is one of the main problems with this tank. The second problem is obviously its absolutely horrible penetration of only 180 millimeters. And if it had more gaming, then it might be a tank that could be worth recommending, because it's reasonably fast, it got solid turret armor, the hull's fine as well. It is basically a somewhat down-spec T54, a tier lower, so it could be something worth recommending if it only could pen things better, which is a bit sad, but here we are. Obviously, this chieftain is gonna just miss his shot at point blank range, which is not too bad, and that's 3k damage for me. That's not too bad. Anyway. Dead. Now, is it worth it to a collector that just wants to have everything? Then yes, sure, it can definitely perform really well at that. But the problem is, obviously, you don't want to have all the premium tanks. You only want to have the good premium tanks. And while it is better than a 59 pattern, it's not really that amazing either. And you have, obviously, vehicles like a Chimera that are quite above it. And even, I mean, I don't know if I would rate the M4 above this vehicle, given that it's a lot harder to play. However, in the end, it's still a tank that, if it be sold for 4K, it can be decent and still not be worth it, right? Because if you can get a 10 times better tank for 1,000 gold more, you get that. So if this would be a bundle that has the 30 days of premium, that has the 500k credits in it, that has all the boosters in it, then that would be a good bundle even for a tank like this one, because it can still somewhat keep up. Obviously it's Powercreep, obviously it's not strong anymore, but if you're a good player, you can still keep up, and the tank matters not as much as the player, which means that an amazing player is still going to do pretty damn good at a tank that might not be up to date anymore. The problem is, though, for 5.5k, and with the offers of a KB5, a T-34, or a Jagdtiger, which are also extremely old, but have held up a bit better than this vehicle, mainly due to the penetration, then it is very questionable why anyone would buy this particular vehicle for that 5.5k price, especially because it's not a higher quality 5.5k bundle that includes the premium time and the credits. And you will definitely need those credits, because making credits with this one really depends again on your skill, because yes, the penetration is low. 181 is enough to penetrate the sides of anything, but then again, you have to compensate for that with skill, which makes it more difficult to play and has a, well, higher skill ceiling that is needed to make it performant. And you can get something like Centurion Mark 5-1 as well. It might not be the best deal, but if it had premium crits, it would be a different story, but it doesn't. So let's see. Let's get rid of that. And now there's only one left. The other guy's back there. It's going to be a problem. And ooh, it's a 7-1. It's the Brazil score. Yes, I am German, and no, I will not stop. So with this vehicle, all in all, it's Powercreep. It would need some love to be worth it, or it would simply need a bundle. That is a bit better. With that said, shop reviews on Friday. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and special thank you to my channel members as well. And see you in the next one. Goodbye.